Donald Trump is now getting humiliated, mocked, and called out from all sides as his campaign continues to tank. This is the front page of Drudge Report from yesterday. Loomer MAGA love. Has Donald Trump found his soulmate? Where's Melania? Marjorie Taylor Greene calls Don in a rage. The MAGA civil war escalates. Donald Trump's top surrogate is now Laura Loomer, who is she more than a surrogate? Is she less than a surrogate? Is she a surrogate at all? Here's just some photos of them together. Trump and Laura Loomer at the RNC convention. Here they are together again. Here they are at Mar-a-Lago. Here's a photo that I did comparing Donald Trump and Laura Loomer to Sumner Redstone and Sumner Redstone's interest in the later years of his life. And I said, posting this photo of Sumner Redstone's final years for no particular reason. By the way, this was the front page of the Daily Mail, which is often very favorable to Trump in terms of their coverage. But they go, how Donald Trump's close friendship with glam conspiracist Laura Loomer 31 is threatening to blow up his presidential run, as insiders say his campaign managers don't care if he wins or loses. Well, the American people care about Donald Trump's horrific debate performance as well. The post-debate polls all have Vice President Kamala Harris up. The Morning Consult poll has her up 5. The Ipsos Reuters poll has her up 5. RMG has her up 4. Data for Progress has her up 4. YouGov Times, amongst likely voters, has her up 4. The Ledger New York Post has her up 3. SoCal has her up 3. Redfield has her up 3. And as I said, people are continuing just to mock Donald Trump's debate performance. This is the latest one to go viral. Play this clip.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
Oh, but those were your words. So I
don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
And Donald Trump continues to give people fodder day after day. Like Donald Trump gave that bizarre press conference or whatever it was yesterday in Ranchos Palos Verdes. Do you remember that? And then Donald Trump said that one of the key things he wants to do if he gets into power is to go into Springfield, Ohio, do mass deportations of the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, and then send them to Venezuela. What? Here, play this clip.
I can say this, we will do large deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela.
Okay, the Haitian migrants are legally there. They're legally, lawfully, appropriately there. They were invited there in Springfield, Ohio. They are incredible workers there. They contribute to the economy. And by the way, the person who spread the lie originally and made this up and didn't realize it would be used by the leader of the Republican Party to spread lies has admitted this whole thing is a made up thing, every aspect of it. And it's just so heinous and despicable. Now, I want to show you Vice President Kamala Harris is out there with just some incredible ads crushing Donald Trump like this one right here. Play the clip.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And when one man is enslaved, all are not free.
American presidents, Republican and Democrat, have always defied Russia's communist dictators and defended American ideals. Kamala Harris gets this.
If we stand by while an aggressor invades its neighbor with impunity, they will keep going.
Kamala Harris will stand up to Putin, protect our allies, and keep us safe.
Vice President Kamala Harris also spoke in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where she actually outlined ideas, right? So whereas Donald Trump was talking about David Muir, the moderator's hair, and Donald Trump said his hair was better 5 years ago, play this clip.
You remember where David Muir tried to correct me when I said that crime is rampant like never before. He said, oh no. He said, crime is going down. I said, where are you coming from? And you know, you wouldn't have to need a Bureau of Justice statistics to know that crime is worse than it's ever been. And I guess they probably watched the debate and they heard this foolish man, this foolish fool make that statement to me that no, crime is coming down. The FBI said it was coming down. The FBI defrauded everybody. Because what they did is they used statistics not including some of the worst areas and some of the worst cities. So the real numbers are from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, and they just released it. So I think they probably like me because they wanted to defend me from people that are not smart, from a guy who has good hair, but not as good as it was 5 years ago, to be honest. And they just released brand new numbers just out last night, late, showing that since 2020, so this guy, David Muir, was correcting me, the FBI. Now, the FBI defrauded, just like they defrauded on the jobs, 118,000 jobs that didn't exist. The FBI, in this case, defrauded. So violent crime, just out, nationwide is up 40%. Rape is up 42%. Car theft is up 42%. Aggravated assaults are up 55%. And violent attacks on strangers are up much more than 61%. So those are your numbers. See, those are the numbers. Now, I think he corrected me 11 times. Of the 11 times, I don't think he had the right to correct me at all. Didn't correct her once. Like on Project 2025, I have no idea about, it had nothing to do with me. He didn't correct her. He knew that. Charlottesville, nothing was done wrong. All you had to do is read my statement, one more sentence, and you would have seen that. Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Jesse, all of them,
Really, Donald Trump, you're talking about his hair? Vice President Kamala Harris is out there talking about actual ideas. Like, here's one of her plans, actual plans, talking about how to make sure Americans can get better jobs. Play this clip.
I will also make sure good paying jobs are available to all Americans, not just those with college degrees. For far too long, our nation has encouraged only one path to success, a four-year college degree. Our nation needs to recognize the value of other paths, additional paths, such as apprenticeships and technical programs. So as president, I will get rid of the unnecessary degree requirements for federal jobs to increase jobs for folks without a four-year degree, understanding that requiring a certain degree does not necessarily talk about one's skills. And I will challenge the private sector to do the same.
Or here she is talking about the Affordable Care Act. Play the clip.
To end the Affordable Care Act. And let's remember, like, we're not here with Trump amnesia. We remember when he was president, he tried 60 times to end the Affordable Care Act. And as he said in the debate just this week, he has no plan to replace it. Right. You said it. He said he has, quote, concepts of a plan. Concepts of a plan. No actual plan. So let's just think about this for a moment. He's going to threaten health insurance for the 45 million people who rely on it based on a concept. And take us back when insurance companies but because we remember where that was. We remember what that was when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Remember what that was like? Remember. Well, we are not going back. We are not going back. No.
On the other hand, you had Donald Trump spending the day whining that his stock, DJT, was temporarily halted in terms of its sale on NASDAQ because of suspicious trading activity after Donald Trump was talking about it during that weird presser he did in Ranchos Palos Verdes. So he goes, why is NASDAQ halting the sale of DJT, my stock? What right do they have to do this? They have done it twice today. What's going on? Are they taking orders from the SEC, which for political reasons delayed us for an inordinate amount of time, therefore hurting the stock very badly? I'm going to hold NASDAQ and maybe the SEC liable for doing what they are doing. If they do it again, we will move the stock to the New York Stock Exchange. It is my intention to own the stock for a long period of time. In my opinion, it is the real voice of America. So what, now you're threatening to sue NASDAQ? By the way, an interesting just point of note, where he was speaking in Ranchos Palos Verdes at his golf club, he previously sued the city of Ranchos Palos Verdes for $100 million in one of the Trump lawsuits in the past, because that's just what he does over and over again. Oh, by the way, the Trump campaign tried to drive around its black Republican bus in Baltimore. Did not go well. Here's what went down.
People shopping at the plaza weren't shy about voicing their displeasure with the visit.
Why would you send some of your Trump people here in our area of Morgan State? I've been living here since the 1970s. I'm 65 years old. It don't make sense for you to send someone out and thinking somebody's going to follow you that way.
I'm extremely shocked and angry and appalled, and it's disrespectful to have this big old Trump, whatever this is, in this parking lot right now. It's a slap in the face after he clearly said that he's not for the black community or anybody else.
Then just talking about common sense, can we compare? This is what Trump's top surrogate, Laura Loomer, right now is saying. She goes, America is upset. We're losing our country, and illegal aliens are raping and killing children and eating people's pets. And the only thing the White House wants to talk about is curry and collard greens. And then she goes, if Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry, and White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center, and the American people will only be able to convey their feedback through a customer satisfaction survey at the end of the call that nobody will understand. That's Donald Trump's top surrogate. By the way, he defended her when he was asked about her. Here's what he said during that press conference.
Your Republican colleagues or your allies who are concerned about your close relationship with Laura Loomer?
Well, I don't know what they would say. Laura's been a supporter of mine, just like a lot of people are supporters, and she's been a supporter of mine. She speaks very positively of the campaign. I'm not sure why you asked that question, but Laura is a supporter. I don't control Laura. Laura has to say what she wants. She's a free spirit. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I can't tell Laura what to do. Laura's a supporter. I have a lot of supporters. But I don't know what exactly you're referring to. That's okay. Yeah, please. I just don't know. Laura's a supporter. I don't know. She is a strong person. She's got strong opinions, and I don't know what she said, but that's not up to me. She's a supporter. Please.
Okay, and on the other hand, here's Governor Walz, Vice President Kamala Harris's top surrogate, who continues to just be very good at this. Here, play the clip.
Read it. Tell your friends. Send it to your relative that you're dreading seeing. Get it out to them. Because you know what? They watched that the other day, and I don't hear them out there much. I don't see them out there much. They're a little bit, because they're good people. They're our neighbors. They're like, that didn't look very presidential. Screaming about eating cats is not a solution. It's not a solution. Well, what Kamala Harris was talking about is things that you actually care about. They might not be sitting down at the bar talking about banning books, but they might down there be talking about, how can I afford a house? I'm working hard. I want to have a house. And because that house becomes a home. To some of these folks, you're a real estate mogul, venture capitalist, whatever, that's just an asset to be traded and sold to whoever you want. For us, it's a place we gather around the kitchen table to talk to our kids about what happened at school. That's what Kamala Harris wants for you. That's what she wants for you.
Also, just in terms of crowd size, this was the crowd size of Donald Trump's event in Las Vegas, Nevada. Kind of empty, low energy. Compare that to Vice President Kamala Harris's crowd size in North Carolina. Play this clip. By the way, did you catch my special appearance on Felt the Nation on the Fight for Progress YouTube channel this week? It was a lot of fun for me to do this. Here, play the clip.
Our first issue is on healthcare. Team Harris, what do you say?
Look, the same thing Harris has been saying the whole time, Simon. Her policies give Americans freedoms to do more with their money by slashing the price of prescription drugs, while MAGA Republicans are trying to raise insulin prices. I mean, who does that? You know, as Governor Walz says, like, who sits around at a bar talking to friends and saying, you know what we really need to do? Let's raise healthcare prices. Let's raise the price of insulin. Hey, good idea, Simon. And did you watch the debate? Trump wants to take away the Affordable Care Act. And then he was asked the question, do you have a plan? And did you hear his response? He said, well, I'm still working through some concepts. You've been saying this for 9 years. This is life or death to people. On the other hand, Vice President Kamala Harris expanded the Affordable Care Act. She reduced and capped prescription drug prices in a real way that benefits tens of millions of Americans right now. And she's going to protect people with pre-existing conditions. Trump would just rip that away from us, Simon. I mean, it's heartless.
Very clear. Team Trump?
Repeal the Affordable Care Act.
And you plan to replace it with?
Well, we don't have that part yet, but we'll get back to you on that someday.
Wow, that was so much fun. Watch the full episode of Felt the Nation on the Fight for Progress YouTube channel. Just search Fight for Progress on YouTube. Watch the last Felt the Nation. You'll see me in it. Tell them that I sent you. Tell them that MeidasTouch sent you. Subscribe to that channel and tell them we sent you. So check that out. I hope that you enjoyed that. Anyway, we'll keep you posted with more on the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.